I first came to Omaha as a college student at Yeshiva University. I was a participant in the Torah Tours program that brings college students to small communities all over the United States. My grandfather was a small-town rabbi for about 50 years, and as soon as I got to Omaha, I fell in love right away. I really connected with a lot of the people there, and I saw a community that had a lot of potential for growth. When I got back to New York, they called me up and asked me if I wanted to be the youth director at Beth Israel Synagogue in Omaha. And I told them, no way. I said to them, one day I'm going to come back and I'm going to be the rabbi there. And I don't know if they believed me at the time, but sure enough, I went for smicha, and I was working in Los Angeles, and I got a call from Beth Israel Synagogue, and they said, there's an opening for a rabbi job here. Would you like to take it? And here I am, 6 years later.
So when John and I first started dating, he talked about Akko a lot. And I'd been to Akko, but I had the same kind of feeling. What is this about Akko? And it wasn't until the Shabbos that we got engaged. There were 3 men from Akko in Omaha at Beth Israel, being hosted by Beth Israel for an Akko Shabbaton. And I got to know them, and talking to them and hearing their stories. These were not men who had grown up in Akko. They had moved there to build the community, and I found their commitment and dedication inspiring, and it gave me a lot of optimism and excitement about moving to Omaha, actually.
My first connection to Akko was through a Federation mission to Israel. Omaha, through a Partnership 2000 program, is a sister city with Akko. And when I got there, I saw some of the historic sites, and on my own, I kind of met many of the people who lived in Akko. And right away, I saw a connection that we had, that here I was trying to build a Jewish community in Nebraska, and the people in Akko were actually trying to do the same thing. They were trying to build a Jewish community in a city in Israel that was in a position that the Jewish community had really been weakened over the past few years. So we got together and we spoke about it, and we realized how much we had in common. And for the past couple of years, we've been working together to learn from each other, and we've been in constant contact and trying to run programs together and trying to learn from each other how we can each be successful in building our respective communities.
Yeshiva B'nai Akiva is really an organization that encompasses all of the values that make me proud to be Jewish. The graduates and the students are learning Torah, working at jobs, and are defending and supporting the state of Israel, which I'm thankful for and inspired by.
Yeshiva B'nai Akiva, by establishing a Hesder Yeshiva in Akko, has made an incredible difference already on the community. The Yeshiva boys, besides being a presence in the city of young, idealistic boys who are optimistic and hopeful, have also established all kinds of programs where they connect with the community. They're involved in chesed programs throughout the city, giving food to the hungry and volunteering their time in all kinds of different ways, as well as working closely with kids in the public schools to educate the kids, to be role models towards the kids, and to really bring hope to a community that has really suffered a lot, especially in the last few years. The 150 boys that are currently living there right now, each one of them in his own right is a leader. And these boys, a number of them might actually decide to get married, move their family, and continue to help build the Akko community. And even if they don't do that, then at least they're going to be going out into the general Israeli population, living in whatever city they decide to settle in, and there'll be an awareness towards the challenges that cities like Akko are facing.